All right, we got some people here. It looks like a couple. Sound check. You guys hear it? How do you screen share? Yeah, it's just a picture of me. I want to screen share, not talk into a microphone. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather you guys see my screen than look at me, but hey. Shalom. It's my pleasure. Okay, well, whatever. If nothing else, you can watch my face until that gets boring. Okay, right now we're at Globex highs, and we slammed above first look back on Russell. I posted it in on Twitter and in our Slack channel. Actually, it's kind of so we're basically, this is 1, 2, 3. That was 3 drives higher. The first drive higher happened on the open, slammed up above Globex highs, instantly reversed, went down to like the, let's call it a 50% ish from Globex low to high, overnight highs. And then took another attempt at trying to break out of Globex highs. Currently, we are still there and kind of banging around. I'm on the Russell 10-minute. So I'm gonna figure out how to, I know I can screen share much better on Zoom if people would rather just get a Zoom link to join as opposed to YouTubing, but hey, I don't know. Let's see, what do we got going on? At the moment, I'm simply watching Russell. It is like watching paint dry, his job. Crypto on a big break today. We're up, Litecoin up 7%. Ones I'm watching, Bitcoin up 4, Litecoin up 7, Ethereum up 5, EOS up 6, and OMG up 5%. Equity indices, we are, Nasdaq's basically flat, 0.09, whereas we have Russell up a whole percent, Dow up 1%, and ES just, its little self up 0.75. Okay, we are at Globex highs. I'm watching the Russell 10-minute continuous contract, March contract, and we are, it looks like first look back happened. I'm gonna go to 5 minutes. And yeah, we got first look back there, that was correct. AKA a full flag. Full flag. Broke above it. That would have been the ad on the 5-minute. I did not take it. I've been a little down in the weather and moving and all the crazy stuff, the funeral and all, so many things that have been happening this month that I am trading smaller position size so I can get like comfortable. Also the new office, which is just getting set up. You see my TV stand, but I'm waiting for that to arrive. I'm waiting for TV stand to arrive, coffee table, and a chair. And then I'm gonna have 3 other traders in here with me, probably by March, full time in it, doing the full deal. So we'll probably be able to put out a lot better content than just me staring at the screen. It's like hour 53 minutes for this 4 hour to catch up. And let's see. I gotta figure out how to do the screen share. YouTube. I'm looking at my other screen there. So, actually, in the new house, I've got 3 screens here. So if I keep looking over there and not into the screen or whatever, that's why. Also, I like looking at the side of my face. Update on the equity earnings strategy. This is a paid strategy, so I don't share too much of it with people because out of fairness to those who have purchased it, I like to not give away what they've paid for. 11 trades total, looks like 6 or 7 maybe now have taken profits. 2 losers, well over 10% profit in 2 days worth of work. And this might be it for, I've got a handful more coming up towards the end of the month, but so far we've pretty much just nailed this one and might be worth it. Okay, so Russell, if we get a setup, I will be buying, but at the moment, well, actually, I want to get the close above the Globex highs on the 10-minute. So far, nothing. Got 42 seconds for the bar close, 10-minute bar close on Russell. It will everything, 10 minute. But all I'm watching is Russell. So let's see. Yeah, probably what I'll end up doing is I'll live stream. Screen. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're getting the. That's a nice close. That was me missing first look back. Should have got in 1676. I missed that one because I'm playing delicate today. But there we are at. So overnight high was 1678.8. We got up to 1678.8. So would be looking to add potentially one. If I stop one more ad, so this will be second ad, 1678.9. I'll be adding the second fifth. Yes. Unfortunately, that's a less favorable entry, but 1678.8 was the high. I'm adding at 1678.9, and if that fills, I'm going to raise my stop. Currently stop 1666, so we'll be bringing it up to about 1673, locking in some good profits. And this will be, if filled, that'll be 2/5 of the strategy. Ideally, what we're going to get here is another look back or a bull flag instead of the pump higher. And if we do get the bull flag, it'll be a much better way to get in. If I can get 2 bars, so 20-minute, actually I'm going to cancel. Okay, so I'm going to look for a pullback here. We have an inside candle right now for the next 8 minutes, 26 seconds. I'm going to look for a pullback and a second pullback, and however many we do from there. From there, I'll be looking to add my position. Ideally, we're going to be getting a bull flag, whatever terms. I don't even know if it's the correct term of the formation, but it's what I see, how I see it, how I call it. Let's see, check my other positions. I'm long Aussie from, when did I get that? Was on the 3rd of February, I got long there. So long Aussie, I'm long natty gas, and that is sideways mostly. What's my in? moment. I'm long the Russell for a swing trade, and I'm still long the NASDAQ from December with my January ad. I think maybe it was in late November that I get in there, I forget. But yeah, I've been long that one for a few months, so we're doing pretty good on that. Took a little trail stop out last week on some of the profits on my NASDAQ swing long as we were pulling back. And so far so good. Looks like we're back in bull territory. So I'm happy with that. I am long gold, which was, boy, that's been a roller coaster. I've been long gold since I guess December or January. And I took a stop out on silver. I was long silver, it just didn't work for me. And that's it. That's the positions I'm in. Type of response. Okay, so far nothing. This is boring. Like it would be at least a little bit more exciting if I had, if I could share my screen. You know, maybe there's a picture of me in the bottom. I know there's some streaming software I can use there. And when I get my new whatever machine, grab a PC so that I can trade on different trading platforms for traders. They don't yield much software for Macs. I mean, it's only execution that really need it, but the prop firms don't have software in Mac with the software on the phone. So we'll be adding a Mac and probably two monitors, not a Mac, a PC, two externals to that, and then I think there's going to say, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna do the buy stop again. 8.9. I'm gonna add 1678.9 if we take it top out. 5 minutes. Yep. Okay, I'm in. So added to that position. And I'm raising my stop from 1665.98 it was, and I'm gonna bring it up to 1673. I've got 2/5 of the full position now, and we're moving. Let's get moving on. Yet today, still nothing. We've got a great double bottom, really nice double bottom on NASDAQ. That would be long from 93.51.25. 93.51.25 would be the buy on NASDAQ. That would have been filled. I did not. I added to my swing position a couple of contracts as we hit the pullback lows. I put that out on Twitter. All right, so we are adding into position here, and okay, I'm going to screen share that or screen grab that and show this out to the twits. If you guys are on Twitter, you can see what I'm doing here. Just want to annotate my chart appropriately so that most days stop, so that people can follow along. Since I don't have a screen share going. I'm going to add my stop 2/5 of full position. And let's get that to Twitter, world, and Slack channel. Okay, now if we do get the pullback here, I'm going to be looking at, if we do get a pullback here, I am still going to be paying attention to adding if we do get that full flag type scenario. Literally, it's just watching my face. I apologize for this. I wish I was able to get my ducks in a row and be able to share my screen with you. But all right, we're standing now. Let's have a look in Q. It seems as long as we have NQ kind of being tame today, RTY is going to be a bit of a mover. It's just a guess, but that's currently what I'm seeing. And okay, as expected. So what we did here is we ran. So what happened is there's going to be short sellers would have put their stop couple of ticks above the swing high on Russell, so 1678.8, so 1678.9, 1679, right in there. Day traders who are short biased will have put a short stop of it. So what we did, we went down on the open, slammed down, and so informed trader, people who have a pretty good idea of what they're doing, they're going to go ahead and put a stop up there that says if we go above Globex highs, most likely my short thesis is not going to be right for the day. So I need to put a stop in there. And so then we rally back up, we break out of, we do our double bottom, rally up to the highs, pull back a little bit, and then there's going to be a bunch of orders just sitting there in the order book. There's going to be a bunch of stops. And so most likely what's going to happen, and this happens all the time, is it rips higher. And then that, because there's this the buy to stop, but buy to close orders, the stop loss orders by short day traders. So it's going to run those. You're going to get a spike we did, so high 1679.5. So it usually goes a couple ticks higher like that, and then it comes back in, and it's like, okay, but for real, what are we doing now? And so right now we are in what would potentially be the bull flag type setup. We go up, we spike, we reverse. We can also get more aggressive bears to come back in here, which is what we want. We want sellers to show up and then sellers to get stopped out. And we want bulls who have, let's say bulls bought this bottom, like good traders are going to look at it. This is a sideways regime. And so they're going to say, okay, buy the dip, sell the rip. And they're looking limit order type trades. So they're going to put a limit order up at the top to short and a limit order down below to buy. Or if you follow my strategies, you understand we use stop orders to fill those as opposed to limits, but it's called a limit order market. So we've ripped up. We go from 1665, 1666 to, or 1666, yeah, 1666 to 1680-ish right there. So like almost a 14-point range. So a lot of day traders would have exited at Globex highs because it's easy for them to get out. And then short traders would have been looking to exit their stops. So then we get this little pullback and indecision here. And if bulls are in control, which I'm long, so I believe bulls are in control on the day. That's why I'm long and not short. Then this pullback we currently have right here is going to be kind of a place to get bearish again, and because they got stopped out, and then they're looking at it going like, maybe I was right. And so some of the more aggressive bears might be coming in and looking to re-short here, and they're going to put their stop again, as you can imagine, 1679 point, the high was 1679.5, so 1679.6 to 1680 range is where the shorts are going to have their stops. And as you can see, bulls have slightly taken back control. We got that 1 bar pullback. I'm going to go ahead and look at 5 minutes, see how many. Okay, so we did get a 2 bar pullback. That's sloppy, but whatever. It's not the Russell's job to impress me with the way it paints trades. Okay, so sitting there, I am in from 1671 point. Where did I get filled at? 1671.7 I got filled at. So high 1671.2. So I had like a 5 tick penalty for being slow. 4 tick. Okay, and then I missed the second, or that first look back. I did not get in there. Again, this is Chris just getting back to work. It's been a long time, a lot of being sick and just the driving from Montana to Arizona. The U-Haul with like a flat tire blew out on me in the middle of nowhere. It's cold up there. And then all the moving and moving in and building things and buying things and trips to Costco, all those stupid things. And then of course, unfortunately we had my youngest cousin passed. And so I go to the funeral, and yeah, and of course, after all that combined, I got myself nice and sick for a day or two. So I would say Monday I felt decent. Yesterday I felt pretty solid, and today is like the first day I'm feeling like I'm back 100%, but I'm not 100% as a day trader right now. It takes me a couple of days of being in the price action all day long before I'm fully in. So I'm taking smaller positions. We did put in a new high just now on the day, high 1679.6. We hit that tick. We are going higher on a 5 minute. This is a yeah, okay, so my thesis here is as long as NQ doesn't bring all the boys to the yard, and the milkshakes of the NQ, we should continue to get some good strength here in Russell. We could have, this could definitely, it could see 1700 today. I don't know. That's my Sammy. That's my shout out to Sam. It's just an arbitrary one. Let me pull up my 4 hour and have a look. Okay, 4 hour has been always in long since the 30th of January, where it would have gotten long on the close at 1620, and we're at 1679.1680 at the moment. Still not all-time highs. Let me go. And so a measured move, I would expect we're going to be in 1791 area of potential measured move higher as we wear all this out. No, 1791. Did I say 1691? 1791 is what I'm looking for on the upside. Russell measured move. 1679.9 we just hit, and we're kind of reversing again. That's a higher high and a higher high and a higher high. What do we know about higher highs and higher lows? That's a bull trend. So any excuse to get long? Okay, so I'm looking at 10 minute in a always in long market, which we have been since Friday. Any excuse to be long is there. Being up 1.16% on the day is going to be, if NASDAQ doesn't come back to play and we just continue this thing, it could be a 2% day. Any questions? If you guys got any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. Shift my twits. So, poor Jack Campbell, he's so mad can't join because his job confiscates his phone except during a 30-minute lunch break. And YouTube is blocked on my work PC. You should be working, Jack. As an entrepreneur, I would like my employees to work and not watch Chris on YouTube. Unless, you know, that's your job, is to watch Chris on YouTube. Do it. Question was, are you touching Tesla? No, Javier, nope. I'll have a look at Tesla right now, huh? Throw that up on the screen. Okay, Russell, or Tesla. Well, I know some, okay, first of all I'm saying is that was just parabolic blow off. If you want a comparison, I would say lay Bitcoin 2017 next to this, and you should have a pretty good analog of how this is going to trade. So yeah, it probably rips. I would say that there is potential to test the 388 area on the downside if it does continue. My guess is we're going to get a couple of thrusts here, there, and everywhere on Tesla, but absolutely no, I don't. Well, I don't trade equities unless it's the equity earning strategy, and that is far, far away. Sorry, Javier, but if I want to learn your regime method, what should I purchase? Okay, hold on. Switch on. The regime, I think I cover it mostly in the systems building mastery course. I think I address it also in the the blueprint, system trading blueprint, or profitable system blueprint. Or I talk about it quite a bit on Twitter and YouTube. The reason I have the courses is because, like, if you want to speed past and just like get straight to the information instead of trying to piece together and, you know, catch me when I go live, or, you know, shuffle through all my tweets or whatever, then, you know, that's what the course is about. But I do share, except for the equity earning strategy, I don't give that away because that's kind of a proprietary thing. And if you buy the course itself, the equity earning strategy or QE system, you get all the rules and all that. And I want to be fair to the people who paid for that. But, you know, I am happy to show you currently we're in a bull quiet market regime, vacillating between bull quiet and bull volatile. It seems like with the last week we were at bull volatile, obviously, and that was the result. So do that, or you can always read you could read Super Trader. You could get any of Dr. Van Tharp's books. A lot of my stuff I've just taken from him. A lot. The SQN is his indicator that he came up with. So, you know, it's, you know, that stuff's available and free. Or whatever his book is. But Super Trader is an amazing book. I highly recommend this book there. You know, all this stuff's really good. Do I mess with ag futures, much like corn in particular? Yeah, I do. I don't day trade them usually. And they trade much different than equity indexes. So you have different time regimes. Oh, Javier, I'm so happy, so proud of you, good sir. Super Trader is such a great book. Honestly, it's like if you don't do any Any other books out there, if you really want to learn how to trade, I would say Super Trader is like my #1. If you really want to learn how to day trade price action, like the way I do this, Al Brooks, Brooks Trading Course is the Bible. It's in depth. I mean, it's massive, and he's kind of hard to follow along because he just knows that information so good, and he's so thorough at getting the information out. But if you were like, hey, how do I get into, how do I do this whole day trading thing and actually make money, and learn what it's really about instead of indicators and blah blah blah. Like Al Brooks is like, he's the gospel. Okay, back to corn. I do trade the ags mostly on a swing trading basis, end of day. If we move out of, let's say, like I really like to day trade the bull quiet regime. It's super easy for day trading. So if like, NAS and the equity indices move into a very thorough bull volatile, I like to trade bull volatile too, because now I can start shorting a lot more. And the transition from bull quiet to bull volatile, which is where we're at right now, is messy sometimes, but the market will reveal its hand often. So let's say let's just say it's a very obvious bull quiet regime on corn and the ags. I'll move there and I'll just day trade those. They're fun, and yeah, they rip. They don't call it Bitcoin for no reason, right? What else? What else you got? Did I answer your questions first of all? I didn't say no. Expand more on that. I will. All right, weather. Okay, bit of a pennant, bit of a, what do we call that, a rising wedge, maybe. Who knows what you want to call that. Thing is whatever you call it, regardless, it doesn't matter. It's what works for you. So you get the nomenclature of a setup, and whatever it is, you can call it the purple posy setup. And people will be like, oh, what is that? It's this new amazing thing. It's like, well, it's just my name for a bull flag or something. Being right on the name of something, calling it correctly, is one thing, but being right on the trade itself is far more important. I'd rather make money than say the name of something correctly. And yeah, okay, so bears are definitely putting in a lot of work. Yes, David, exactly. We have got a double top that could not break. So this 10-minute bar would want to go below the low of the previous bar, or basically what we're looking at is if we can take out a 1680, we should continue higher. If this next bar, once this closes in 4 minutes or so, or this one goes below the previous, we're going to watch for a swing, a higher low, which is fine as well, or maybe we could just be sideways at this point in time. So we're above Globex highs. Last time we were this high was on the 24th of January, it looks like. Yes. And we did, so one thing we did on the Russell today on that open sell-off, we went and tested the highs from last week. Once we really broke down on the 24th, once we broke down thoroughly on the 24th, today we went down and retested the highs of that entire period, bounced off them, and then ripped higher again. And now we are bounced and ripped, and then put in a new weekly high. So the next area of resistance is, next area of resistance is right where we're at. Yeah, 1680 is going to be some obvious resistance from last week. So it would make sense that this is going to kind of bang around here. Again, I'm watching NASDAQ. It's not rallying today. That's a new look for the NASDAQ. So Russell decides it's time to shine. Trying to break through double top. Yes, David. I got it on my 10-minute. Let's do it 5. So that's just a whole bunch of congestion. Bears have came in. Bears have come in and put in some good effort. And so on the 10-minute chart, the previous candle, that's like a shooting star type of, or an inverted hammer maybe, like regardless of, again, the nomenclature of what you call it, doesn't matter. Just as long as you recognize what happened was bulls ripped. We went and took out the Globex highs. We ran the stops of the traders, day traders who were shorting and putting their stop above Globex highs, thinking, if I go above Globex highs, I'm going to be wrong. So I need to exit. And we did that. We ripped above it and then instantly reversed and new highs now. There we go, 1680, 1680 high, new high. Okay, so I don't know, unless we close below this one or reverse in the next minute, it's looking bullish. So so we got new highs ripped, reversed. Bears got stopped out, so that's why we get that little rip higher. Then it turned, goes lower, and about 50% of that candle in distance stops on a dime and kind of rallies back to break even on that candle. Next candle, which was the 1020 candle, was a big shooting star type of inverted hammer or whatever the nomenclature is, whatever the name is. You could do that if you like, David. This is an always in long market, so I would be. I'm not adding on this one yet. I'm looking for. I'm still staying pretty light on my trading. Let's see. So, but sure, that's totally good. I'm not in the zone at the moment, so I'm not gonna start just adding on there. But it is always a long. Okay, so we get that shooting star. Basically, what the characteristic of that shooting star inverted hammer of the previous candle, what that says is bulls had control. They rallied and put in a new high, and then bears came right back in and shorted again. We had that double top setup, right? So bears got a little bit more rambunctious, got a little more confident, and they shut it down all the way to the bottom and closed near the bottom of that candle. That's a pretty bearish price action candle. In an uptrend, though, remember, higher highs, higher lows. We're always in long market. You're looking for any excuse to get long here. So the previous candle that just closed, it opened right there and rallied all the way to the top for that 10-minute period. We remember trading it, watching it. It was bouncing around, but bears tried to take control because that is a double top formation at Globex highs at a natural inflection turning point. So bears are coming back in trying to do it, and they just get stopped out. And again, you have that big bull candle, that big white candle on my screen, which you guys can't see, sorry. Just rips and puts in a new high, again, stops out the weak hands, and then closes right at the top. And now we're getting another pullback here. So bears continue to try. Good for them. We need the bears. Yeah, we need the bears because if people are going to put stops in and go short, we need them to buy stop to exit. And we also need bulls to suddenly say, oh, 110, 1.1, 1.2% up day, that's enough for me. That's all the profit we're going to get. And then for it to start moving again. And bulls who sold, good traders who took profit at a reasonable location are going to think to themselves, crap, this thing has a lot more legs. I need to be in it. And so they're going to chase. And that's that. So currently inside bar. I'm not sure what a shaved bull candle is, but it is a bull candle. And agreed. Double espresso. Let's get music in the house. Al Brooks talks about no wicks. Okay, got it, yeah. Shades book, yeah. Al Brooks is a great example of the way he looks and says things that, like, you know, he'll talk about gaps and people are like, what? That's not a gap, but it is. And when you look at it in his methodology, it's pretty interesting. David, have you done the whole Al Brooks course? All right, nothing to see. I need to respond. I can hear his voice as I read. Not all of it. Also reading trading price action. Yeah, so I speed up his videos. So yeah, I'll speed up his videos to like 2x speed to make it a little easier to get through. His books, I haven't even read his books, actually. I just go through the videos. Yeah, it is. It's a bit drony, but that's why I say if you cut the speed up to like 1.5, 2x, it's a 45-minute one, you know, like it's like 90 or 120 different videos in the course. And each one, you know, some of them are 10 or 15 minutes, but a lot of them are like 45 minutes. It's like huge amount of content. It is a masterwork, but it's hard to get through. So one thing I did was speed up the pace. I should put my camera over that monitor, so I'm like, actually, I don't know. All right, we're dying out. We are in the, okay, so I'm in Arizona Mountain Time. It's 10 to 11 a.m. This is the, this is where we tend to get a counter trend drift if we are, if we're in a range day. If we're in a trend day, looks like we're in a trend day right now, this is where you want to get your continued trend continuation. So let's have a look at NASDAQ. Nothing happening on NASDAQ, so nothing to do there. They were pretty much dying out in volume. Does anybody know of a streaming a tool that I could use to stream into YouTube my screen? Oh, I can stream from Zoom. That's right. Live stream through Zoom. You guys want me to live stream my screen through Zoom, or is this just a fine? You can put a little tiny video of me in the corner and you can continue on your trading without having to look at my screen. So I'll probably have to restart the live stream. So it's 50-50 so far. Doesn't matter. Yeah, if I do it tomorrow, maybe I'll screen share in Zoom. I probably should. Jeez. Some trading? We had some pretty good news up until now, and suddenly it's trading like it's the day before Christmas. Right. Natty gas moving good today. Little bounce. Aussie. I'm not loving Aussie. FBO on the 4 hour. I can't tell what I need to do. Live stream. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here, and then I'll relaunch with the Zoom, so I can screen share. I'll throw that up on the screen. I'll repost into those of you from my Slack or from the Slack channel. I'll post in there, and those of you on Twitter following, I'll post the link there. Otherwise, that'll give me a minute to go and grab a coffee, and I gotta do the grinder, and that's super loud, and I fire up the espresso machine, and that's super loud, so this will give me a minute. So yeah, I'll post the link on Twitter, and I'll post the link on in the Slack. Espresso. That's right. That's right. Ugh. Because I'm tired. All right. Anything else? Oh, there we go. Okay. Candle closed. Again, sorry, David. Always in long. Yes. By that breakout, I'm going to add here. I stop. One tick up. High. Market. I'm in. Okay, I've added. Adding with a tick above, and so it'll be 1680.1. And then I will look to raise the stop again and filled. Okay, we're filled 1680.1, raising stop. That's 3/5 of the position. So raising the stop up to below the last swing low, and all right, I'm gonna go do the coffee thing, and I'll get Zoom set up. So I'll see you all in a few minutes. Somehow, here we go.